Special edition, that is correct, the Roadshow edition of the FPF for the Division C finals between the Commission and, of course, Triple M. With me, as always, is none other than the DC expert himself, GM Claretis. Welcome to your first official Roadshow, my friend.
I'm very excited to be here. I lost a little bit of sleep last night thinking what was going to go on. Hopefully I said the right things, how I'd be dressed, so I think it's all going to work out for everyone.
Oh, there you go. Let's look at the history between these two teams. No history because they did not play each other in the playoffs. However, some convincing wins, though, for both teams. The Commission shutting out the Rude Boys. Triple M defeating GOAT by a score of 53-30 to name as games. And, of course, your spring cleaning come up short in the Battle of West Island. But let's look at what's going to happen in this game here. The game within the game. And the first question that I have for you, GM Claretis, Jonathan Williams, Mr. All-World himself for the Commission. He had over 1,300 combined yards passing and rushing. He had 34 touchdowns passing and rushing. How do you stop a player of his ilk if you're Triple M?
I think if you're Triple M and you're rushing Jonathan Williams, you don't want to favor one or the other. You don't want to assume that he's going to pass and go all out on him and then he takes off on a run. And you don't want to assume he's going to run and give him that extra space to complete that pass. I think you want to have a steady rush that's very consistent from time to time and let him make the first move. And that's how you adapt. So I think that containing Jonathan Williams is very important, but you have to choose not one or the other, but an average of both.
All right, let's look at what can happen on the other side of the ball. And we have the Brossard boys himself, Eric Brossard, in the regular season, 43 catches. Not bad for him in 10 games.
Absolutely.
However, in the playoffs, 14 receptions in 3 games, 6 touchdowns. Now, how do you stop a weapon like him in this football game?
I think the really, really important thing to do with a man like Eric Brossard is that the Brossards are known for the trademark hitch pass. Now, if you have a safety who is able to take up the slack, what you should be doing is running a 3-1 defense with someone manning up on Brossard very, very close to prevent that hitch pass. And if that hitch pass gets through, they're right there to tackle him, so you minimize those yards after completion, which Eric Brossard is so good at. He makes those great cuts across the field, and he's very, very speedy and elusive. So you have to make sure that he does not get that extra step on you, or else you are toast.
Commission, will they apply that type of defense with them?
I don't know if they have a safety strong enough to do this, either Jonathan Williams or Desmond Dorsney, but it has been mentioned to them. They are aware of what's gone on. They actually filmed the spring cleaning MMM game, so I know that for sure. And they saw what worked against spring cleaning and what didn't, so I think they're going to adapt to that.
All right, let's look at some other battles over here. And of course, the Commission had one of the best defenses in Div C. However, Triple M is a quick strike offense. Who do you give the edge to?
I think that the edge will go to MMM for the simple reason that even though you have the best defense, having the quick strike offense means the other team is always reacting. They're not taking the first step, they're always reacting to what you're doing. And with that, you have the upper hand because you could plan in advance. Whereas when you have the defense, you're always reacting and you don't know what's going to come from one minute to the next, and you can't really have a game plan based around that.
All right, let's go down to the sidelines. GM Claretis had the opportunity to interview both teams a bit earlier.
I'm here with Danny Gentili of Mysterious and Magical Men. Hi, Danny.
What's up?
What's going to be most important for you come game time? Do you think it's going to be playing quarterback, playing receiver, or defense?
Well, I think it's going to be my experience, and probably my leadership skills, trying to tell them how to play against this team, try to adapt, because that's what we're good at, at halftime. And maybe I could catch a couple balls.
Nice. What holes do you hope to expose in the Commission's defense?
Well, we saw them play for maybe 20 minutes last week, and they're very good on defense, very good on offense. But what we're going for is them not being able to know our plays. We have a couple plays that we run often, and they haven't seen that. So we're gonna try to expose it.
Defense look like Swiss cheese at the end of it.
And Joe Birds, by the way, here we are live and in person. And last question, you guys are very good at adapting. So do you think it's going to be more important winning the coin toss or letting them decide the pace and adapting to that?
You know what? Whatever happens, I think we should start on defense. So if we win the coin toss, we're gonna probably defer. So that's what we're gonna try to do.
Thank you very much. I've got Joe Birds. Thank you. Thank you, Danny. Okay, I'm here with Brent Bodkin of the commission. Brent, how are you?
Okay, how you doing?
Pretty good. So, Brent, what's going to be most important right now, starting on offense or defense for the commission?
Neither one really. I mean, if we start on offense, we'll come on, do what we got to do. Same thing for defense. We start on defense, we'll do what we've been doing all year long.
Okay. How do you guys plan to stop the famous hitch pass and yardage gains from Mysterious and Magical Men?
Playing solid defense.
Playing solid defense. And last question, who's going to be the most important commission player to watch tonight?
Everybody, the entire team. Watch the whole team, don't watch one person. Watch the whole team.
Thank you. A very well-rounded interview from Brent Bodkin.
All right, Jim, let's look at some matchups also. Brian Nguyen, a star rusher for the commission, had a great season, taking on, of course, Matt Bishara. What happens in this battle between the star rusher and the star quarterback?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is very, very important to note that you have the most prolific rusher in Division C this spring against one of the top-tier quarterbacks. I think that right now, Nguyen's many sacks, over 20 sack season speaks for itself. But at the same time, you look at Matt Bishara, even in games where he's been sacked 3 or 4 times, he still managed to come out on top because he doesn't let that get to him. If the play's not there, very much like the upper division quarterbacks, they take the sack rather than risk throwing an interception. So I think that that's going to be very important for Bishara to keep his calm and make sure he has the game play out. So I think right now the advantage goes to Bishara because he's going to have that upper hand.
Does Jonathan Williams dare to throw on Gordon Hogan's side, a man who had so many INTs, almost broke the record, was close enough but didn't break it, but does he dare to throw to his side?
I think that Gordon Hogan's very, very important for MMM because you have to assume that the ball is going to be passed to the other side. So that being said, that Jonathan Williams, will he or will he not throw that side? That's obviously up to him. It's whether they feel that they have the man to cover him or not. If someone, say Hakeem Hasby, comes up big against Gordon Hogan, they may continue going up to that side. But I think it's very, very important not to exclude it from Gordon Hogan's side of the field, but exercise caution. If the play is there, throw it. But if you think that the receiver is going to beat Gordon Hogan, I don't think that's going to be the case. And Gordon Hogan will do what he does best and come up with an interception or even 2.
Okay, who will be a bigger X factor, Danny Gentile or Alex Russell?
I think that Danny Gentile is going to be the bigger X factor of the 2, simply because he's a triple threat. He's possible QB, which he does take a few snaps now and again. He's a great receiver. He's big, he's physical, and he tends to shed his defender as well. And he's a very, very underrated defender. He's up there. He has a ton of passes defended, and I think that's very, very important in a game like this.
All right, then let's get down to the nitty-gritty here. And in about 1 hour's time from now, when the Div C Finals is all said and done, who will be hosting this very trophy?
I mean, I can't go against what I've already predicted in my article, so I do feel that MMM, with their experience and being here before, they know what works, they know what doesn't, and they're able to adapt. We've seen this time and time again. So I believe, once again, that MMM will be hosting this trophy in an hour's time.
Again, a tale of 2 teams. Triple M, formerly the Dirty Birds, for this season have had some success, winning trophies galore, going deep in the playoffs. And the Commission, the team that started from scratch, had some lean years, and now potentially could reap the rewards by hoisting this trophy in 1 hour's time. Coming up next is the play-by-play of the Div C Finals, followed by the halftime report and the post-game show. As GM and I will wrap up the Div C Finals and who won this trophy and who played well and who didn't. Coming up next, the play-by-play of the Div C Finals. And welcome to the Div C Finals, where we have the Commission against the Triple M. Let's welcome in Darren Basmajan to the broadcast booth. Darren, newly minted champion that you are. Congratulations. Your thoughts on the Div C Finals?
Yeah, you know, first of all, thank you, Mokan, for the congratulations. And my thoughts on the Div C Finals, obviously 2 great teams here. This is going to be a game I think that is going to be decided by defense. The Commission obviously very boastful in that press conference about how good their defense is. And the obviously mysterious and magical men, not of terror anymore, but they do have quite a potent defensive unit as well. So I think it's going to be one of a very exciting defensive battle.
The experience of the Triple M against the inexperience of the Commission, who are in their first ever finals. They're opening the drive now. Jonathan Williams, Mr. All-Pro himself, waiting for the snap of the football. He gets it. He's looking to his left. He throws a quick pass out. It is caught by Kasabi. It looks like yes, it is. And it is a 3-yard gain tackled by Matt Bishara.
Yeah, it starts off with a catch by Hakeem Kasby, who's been mainly a defensive player during the regular season, but he's steadily increased his offensive output throughout the playoffs, and he looks to be a go-to guy for Jonathan Williams.
Second down, and right away, Williams is going to run. He's going to take off. He is deflagged by Bishara again. This will be a short gain, though, on the left side.
Well, Triple M is obviously very, very aware of Jonathan Williams' athletic ability, his ability to run. Matt Bishara, steady tackler that he is, stops him before he can do any real damage.
Third down coming up here for the commission. And again, for the commission, they like to rely on Williams' ability to run with the football and his ability to find the guy open. Peter Rose has been one of his key guys on the deep balls here. A third down play coming up for the commission as they like to open up this Div C Finals with a touchdown drive in the first series. Williams waits for the snap. He gets it. Looking to his right. He waits. He's going to his left. Almost picked off by Matt Bishara. 3 times is a charm, and he almost got that thrown right into his body.
Oh, no, he did get that thrown right into his body. That looked like a pass to Bishara, and I think Bishara kind of just had the wide eyes for the end zone there. Kind of forgot that you got to catch the ball first. Not the kind of mistake you want to make in the finals. Maybe it's nervousness. That being said, it looks like the commission is going to punt, so obviously could have been a pick 6, but I guess they'll take it.
And you're correct. The commission have punted the football. It is now advantage Triple M. Could they get the hammer and now score to go up by 6 points, if not more, and their opening drive of the Div C Finals right now? And again, for them, Brian Nguyen, Jonathan Williams, 2 key guys on defense. They have to stop.
Yeah, Brian Nguyen, excellent player, 20 sacks this regular season.
And look what happened right now. He almost got a sack, and yes, he did get the sack. Brian Nguyen with a huge play to open up this drive.
A lot of fortuitive timing here, talking about Brian Nguyen. I think we're going to be hearing his name a lot tonight. He's an excellent rusher, and he's a guy who's done a lot of damage in this league and a lot of damage this season. Like I said, 20 sacks. It's averaging 2 sacks a game, which is very, very impressive for anyone.
All right, second and long for the Triple M on their opening drive right now on this Div C Finals. And again, if they can get a 6-point lead, it'll be huge for them. The snap, here we go. And Brian Nguyen once again with a deflection on the football. And Matt Bishara not having any luck today.
No luck at all, but Brian Nguyen is really making it happen. First with the sack, now he gets those arms up. This is a very experienced rusher, very talented guy. We spoke about it ad nauseum about how good he is and how much impact he can have on the game. And so far, first 2 offensive plays, nothing going for the Mysterious and Magical Men.
And the Mysterious and Magical Men have some game breakers on this football team. Danny DeChilli with his experience as well. Bishara looking deep. He's going to go. He's got Gordon Hogan. It is deflected by Peter Rose. A great play by Rose to thwart that pass from Bishara to Gordon Hogan.
Yeah, Hogan is their big play receiver guy, and you'll often see them try and go deep down that right sideline towards him. This is a guy who averaged 25.2 yards per reception during the regular season, so you could see when he's getting that ball, it's going to be deep. And it just didn't click that way. Peter Rose with excellent coverage.
And guess what has happened now? The momentum has gone back to the commission side as they have punted the ball, the Triple M that is, and you wonder if the commission can take the moment again and go forward from this point onwards. As again, Jonathan Williams not off to a great start. Matt Bishara off to a great start on defense, but on offense so far, Darren, not so hot.
Not so hot, but like I said, this is going to be a defensive battle, so I think it's going to take a little bit of time for both offenses to find their groove, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Jonathan Williams looking to move this ball down the football field to potentially go up 6-0, if not more. He gets the snap, looking to his right. He's going to his left. Quick pass out, and once again, Matt Bishara, 4 for 4 on his side of the football field, taking out Williams' pass.
Yeah, you can see Williams kind of favoring that side of the field, and Bishara has really been very, very steady. He almost had the pick 6, 2 tackles so far, pass defense. So really, he's playing an excellent game. It's a question of him being the leader of this defense. He led the team in tackles. He led the team in pass defenses. 24 tackles, 6 pass defense for the Mysterious and Magical Men, and he's obviously the leader on both sides of the ball for this team.
Second down coming up here for the commission. They have yet to get their offense on track after some great wins in the playoffs. Williams gets the ball, looking to his right. He is waiting. He pumps. He goes left side over the hand of Brent Bakken. that might have been an erratic throw from Williams to Botkin.
Yeah, Williams had an opportunity to hit Botkin, who was completely wide open on that sideline. These are the kinds of plays that Williams has shown he can execute quite well in the playoffs. He rolls to one side, kind of just jukes a little bit, buys himself some time, and finds the open man, just missing a little bit of the accuracy.
So far, the Commission have not been able to get on track with their offense. Third down coming up here for the Commission, and this is a big drive for them right now. They have to get some points because they can ill afford to not score, especially against a team like Triple M that can score points at any given moment.
Yeah, Triple M second in Division C in offense, so they have shown an ability to get unglued and score a lot of points in big moments.
Williams in the pistol formation, looking to his right, rolling to his left. He is going to get sacked. Yes, he will, by Eric Bishara. A huge play by Bishara. Bishara, boys, coming up big so far in this football game.
And Eric Bishara is really, he had a lot of swagger in that press conference, and he said he would have no problem stopping Jonathan Williams. And right now, good for him on backing up his big talk. That was a huge sack. Williams had nowhere to go on that rush.
Nowhere to go, absolutely. And now can the Triple M take that momentum once more and score on their second series of the first half?
So far, really, a struggle is what I would call this so far. No first downs. Really just going punt for punt at this point, and we'll see if Triple M can maybe get some momentum going.
I think the memo, they forgot that they have to score points, not punt. All right, Bashar gets the snap, looking to his left. He waits. He is throwing to no one again.
I think Eric Bashara is the intended receiver there, but a little bit of a lack of accuracy, and maybe we're seeing Brian Nguyen kind of getting into Matt Bashara's head. First
both
read wasn't
rushers.
open, but yeah, both rushers are playing an excellent game, but we saw Nguyen with the sack, the pass defense, and then he was right in Matt Bashara's face, making that pass a little bit more difficult to complete.
I think this is the first time ever in FPF history that we have an all-lefty matchup final.
We'll have to go to Stat Boy, who was here earlier commentating on the Div D finals. Have to see if maybe he can give us the stats on that one.
Exactly. Brian Nguyen went to rush Matt Bishara, who's not off to a great start so far. He gets a snap, high snap, by the way, looking to his right. He is going to get sacked again by Brian Nguyen, as this has become a sack fest and punt fest by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's certainly looking like it's heading that way, and we're not going to keep talking about Nguyen all night, I hope. I mean, I'd like to see maybe Triple M try some different things, roll out a little bit further. They have to try some different kinds of strategies to get Nguyen out of Matt Bishara's face, because right now he's all over him.
And unfortunately, there are no field goals in this league of ours, and someone's going to have to score points, and it's going to have to come soon. Otherwise, this could become a struggle for points in this game here. Very deep in their own end, in the shadows of the end zone. Bishara gets the ball, looking to his right, rolling to his left now. He's going to run, and he is going to – it's going to be a flag on the play. This might be an illegal forward pass. We'll get the ruling from the referee.
Well, it was a complete pass to Jason Bishara, but it does look like it's going to be coming back. Yes, that is what the referee does signal. And so nothing gained there, although nice to see a completion.
And guess who was there to make the tackle? Brian Nguyen.
Yeah.
And Desmond Dorsey not too happy, thinking the call was against him, but is actually against the Triple M. And again, this has become a defensive struggle. Who can make the first break on the offense? And right now, Triple M can't get their offense intact. Of course, Dan Gentili, a former quarterback in the higher divisions, still on the team. Could he be used? We'll have to find out in due time.
Well, they've really resisted the temptation to put him in at quarterback all season. Triple M finished 7-2-1, and Gentili maybe threw 2 or 3 passes throughout the entire regular season, and only 1 in the playoffs. So far, it looks like they're going to stick with Matt Bishara, which is a good thing. I mean, he's the guy who got you here, and you want to see him finish what he started.
All right, coming up right now, it is second in long. It looks from what is going to happen right now with the Triple M and what they can do in regards to what they have. Right now, my apologies, third and long for the Triple M in their end zone practically. Bishara waiting for the snap. He is going to run a dump off right there to the other Bishara. And this is going to be a short gain for the Triple M.
Well, anybody who's seen Triple M games has seen this play about 1,000,000 times. They run it to great effect, and they run it quite often.
Eric Bishara catching the football.
It's Matt Bishara rolling one way, Eric Bishara coming from that sideline and cutting in with a little shovel pass or a little dump pass. And usually Eric Bishara can get by at least 3 or 4 receivers, gain a lot of yardage. In this case, though, Alex Russell sniffed it out, made the quick tackle, and it looks like The mysterious and magical men are punting. What a shocker.
And again, this has become a punt fest, and you wonder, first team to 5 punts might win this football game. All right, 1st and 10 for the commission. Jonathan Williams still at quarterback, waiting for the snap. He gets it, looking to his right. He's going to go over the middle. It is intended for Caspi, incomplete. And guess who was there to deflect that ball? Gordon Hogan, one of the best players in Div C this past season.
Yeah, led the Division C in interceptions with 11. Obviously led his team as well. And I said earlier that Matt Bishara is perhaps the leader of the defense, but Gordon Hogan, when it comes to big plays, he has been their man all throughout the year and in past seasons as well.
Second down coming up here now for the commission. And unfortunately, as a whole, both offenses have combined for 3 pass completions the entire game. Not the best start for both clubs right now, as Jonathan Williams waiting for the snap of the football. He looks to his right. He is going to roll to his left. He might run. He's going to go cross by Caspi.
Touched the ground.
And it might have touched the ground.
Yeah, that's the signal from the referee. He did not get his hands on it before it touched the ground. I think we'll see a bit better on this replay. Indeed. So, again, just waiting to see one of these offenses get on track.
It seems like Jonathan Williams tried to do maybe a little bit too much running, then at the last second throwing the football. Has to relax, slow it down by a notch or two.
Maybe try and play more from the pocket. You have to wonder if maybe Eric Bishara's rushing is getting into his head.
That could happen. Both rushers, Eric Bishara and Brian Nguyen, having phenomenal games so far in the first half of this Div C Finals. Still 0-0, by the way, for those watching at home. Jonathan Williams waiting for the snap, rolling to his right. He's going to take off right now, and he will get the flag. However, there is a flag on the play by the referee, and it is going against the commission one more time right now.
I think it might have been perhaps interference on the rusher. I'm not entirely sure, but the clear point is that there's a flag. So just when the commission and Jonathan Williams start to get something going offensively, a flag on the play, and that derails the momentum.
And guess what has happened right now? And it looks like it will be a punt from the looks. Yes, it looks like it is a punt because Brian Nguyen and the defense is now coming out. And the Triple M, once again, coming up huge on the defensive side of the ball.
Mokan, I think we are experiencing the first ever special teams battle in Flag Plus football history. Only trouble is there are no special teams in FPF.
Teams are going to play the field position.
Yeah, seems that way.
Work that in there. And Triple M, you wonder what's going to happen now. And of course, Matt Bishara not off to a good start. However, they still have Dan Gentili, who might have a chance. You know, if things get a little stagnant, you never know what could happen over here. But again,
you think they're keeping him like in the bullpen? Is like a
that could happen.
Baseball?
That could definitely happen again, with his vast experience that he has. 1st and 10 for the Triple M. In their own end of the field, Bishara rolling to his left. He's going to look to his left. He's throwing it over to Dan Gentili, Mr. Reliable himself, coming up with a beautiful catch, 27 yards on the corner out.
Well, who needs him at QB when you can make plays like that? Finally, MMM start stretching the field a little bit. We saw an attempt with Gordon Hogan earlier. Now he gets Daniele Gentili completely wide open on that left sideline. And you see him make a big catch. And finally, I believe this might be, Mokan, the first down of the game.
It's taken a long time to get a first down for both squads here, but congratulations to the Triple M on their first down of the game. All right, they're now deep inside the commission's end, and can the commission come up with a huge play as the Triple M did before that? Bishara waiting for the snap. He gets up, rolling to his left. He stops. He is going to get sacked by none other than Brian Nguyen himself.
It's getting a little boring right now. Just to mention Brian Nguyen's name on every single play. This guy is obviously he's had an excellent season. We mentioned it earlier, but he is coming up gigantic. B-Rock, I guess, is his commission name.
As we can see,
B-Rock having a heck of a game. I believe that is his 3rd sack of the game so far, and we're not even at halftime.
No, we're not. And if you recall, in last year's winter finals, we had the exact same thing play out in the Div 4 finals, where I forget the name of the rusher who had 3 sacks early on, but they lost that football game. So maybe this could be an omen of things for.
Well, one thing that I'm sure of is that Matt Bishara and the Triple M offense have to adjust their game because Brian Nguyen is eating them alive.
Eric Bishara, Matt Bishara, the boys are waiting for the whole connection going on right now. Oh, Matt Bishara with a nice alert, and he finds Eric Bishara. He is in for the touchdown that could have been called flag guard, but it wasn't, though. Touchdown, Triple M.
Yeah, finally, you see Matt Bishara using a little bit of his elusiveness and athleticism. You see how close Brian Ryan got to getting that flag, but still, he does that dump off to, you want to talk about old reliable here, Eric Bishara, who catches that ball and in tight space can make a lot of people miss, hops it right into the end zone, and there is your first touchdown of the game, finally.
And he's that sort of Reggie Bush, hence his jersey, coming out of the backfield with those little swing passes, catching that football here, as the Triple M take a 6-0 lead in this first half of the Div C Finals. Matt Bishara went for the football. He gets it looking to his right. He's going to throw it out. It is caught by Victor Kozlowski, it looks like. Yes, it is. And it is 7-0 Triple M.
Victor Kozlowski has always been Matt Bishara's go-to guy this season once they get close to the red zone or in short yardage. Didn't have too many receptions. That being said, he did lead the team in touchdowns. Definitely a red zone threat for them, and they showed that so far on that extra point.
7-0 Mysterious and Magical Men early on in this football game here, as they are going to hopefully score more points in this football game. Jonathan Williams back at quarterback, waiting for the snap. He looks over to his right. Quick pass out, caught by Peter Rose, and that will be enough for their first down of the game.
Have the floodgates opened, Mokan?
It might have opened.
Now we're starting to see a little bit looser play. Maybe the quarterbacks are starting to get a bit more comfortable.
They could potentially be getting more comfortable, but again, 2 first downs late in the first half, not helping anyone's over-under in their props betting in this football game.
If there was any prop betting on this game, not that FPF would encourage it, I'm pretty sure they're pretty disappointed unless they took the under.
1st and 10 for the commission. Jonathan Williams deep inside the Triple M's end, waiting for the ball, looking to his left side. It is thrown to nobody. It looked like it was intended for Brent Botkin. Incomplete.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion there. You saw Brent Botkin kind of asking after the play, was that to me? And I guess it was, but it kind of ended up in between everyone, including the Triple M defenders who were converging on that ball.
All right, coming up his 2nd down, and again, the commission, quite surprising. They won 30-0 over the Rude Boys, and they have yet to score points in this football game. Quite a 180 for this football team as a whole, and you wonder what their psyche is going into this half of the football game. Williams looking to his middle, looking to his, and he's got Caspi open, and he is deflagged just outside the 10-yard line, looks like it.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Hakeem Caspi-Filiatro. This is a guy who so far in the playoffs has 7 receptions for 148 yards, 3 touchdowns, obviously starting off pretty big in this game. And the thing that's interesting about that is he's pretty much eclipsed his stats from the entire regular season. So you got to wonder, why was this guy not playing offense in the regular season?
Well, maybe he was, and
just not getting the ball. I don't know.
Potentially, you never know.
Well, he's certainly become Williams' go-to guy in the playoffs so far, coming up big so far in the playoffs, as I mentioned, with those numbers, and in this game as well.
And again, 1st down coming up here for the commission. Of motion right now to have a trips to the left of Jonathan Williams, waiting for the snap of the football. He gets it, he's going to run to his right. He is going to score, but a flag has come in. And you wonder what that will be, and this might be an interference call, potentially speaking here, if that is the case to be.
Could be interference on the rusher by Mark Bellum. This is the veteran snapper of the commission, and it looks like that one is coming back.
It is coming back, and it is a rushing interference right now, and that is a costly penalty because you can ill afford not to score any points, and especially games such as this where points are at a premium right now.
We've seen both teams struggle a lot with their offenses. It's nice to see them start going, but that first mistake could just wrestle away momentum from everything that Jonathan Williams and his offense has been building. And
Absolutely.
You don't want to see that if you're the commission.
All right, 1st down repeated again for the commission, as they look to potentially cut this deficit to at least a 7-6 lead for the Triple M right now. Jonathan Williams in the pistol formation, waiting for the snap of the football, looking to his left now. He's going to roll out. He's got Caspi open. Touchdown. The commission have now made it 7-6.
Yeah, Caspi, again, he's really emerged as the go-to guy, the big threat for the commission. It's funny because during the regular season, like I said, he didn't get many balls thrown his way. The main guys were Alex Russell, Mark Bellum, and Peter Rose. And we haven't seen Russell get any looks. We haven't seen Bellum get any looks. We saw Peter Rose get a couple looks. But it's really been Hakeem Caspi-Filiatro coming up big time and time again in this game.
You can call him HCF.
HKF.
Oh, KF. My apologies. All right, extra point attempt coming up here for the commission, hoping to potentially tie this game up at 7. and go into halftime with a 7-7 tie. Williams throwing it over through the hands of Peter Rose. And again, drop balls. You cannot have this at this juncture of the football game.
Not an easy catch for Peter Rose to make, though. Pretty high. And he's considering in mind that that blue line is the back line of the end zone, so we would have had a hard time getting it in, reeling in that ball anyways.
All right, the Triple M back on offense, up 7-6 over the Commission as they look to potentially further their lead. And again, Matt Bouchard not having a great day in the office. Brian Nguyen in his face all day long, disrupting the backfield flow of Bouchard.
Really only had 2 successful plays so far, and they were on that last drive. We'll see if he can keep the tide rolling.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, indeed.
All right, Bouchard looking to his left, rolling. He throws a quick pass to Victor Klazlowski. My apologies. Not being able to hold on to that football right now.
Not a great pass. Alex Russell all over it. He's really one of the more vocal leaders of the Commission defense. Does not roll off the tongue, that. That being said, Alex Russell has made a couple big plays. You saw him sniff out that quick little pass to Eric Bouchard earlier on, and he was all over that pass to Victor Kozlowski as well.
Second down coming up here for the Triple M right now, and again, their offense is still in park. Can't do anything at all. Both teams had some decent high-scoring offenses this year, but can't do anything at all. Bouchard looking to the middle, rolling out to his right. He's throwing a high ball. It is tipped. It is picked up by Michael Young. A huge play. He's going up the field. He is going to get deflagged at midfield, and a great play by the Commission.
Well, this is a huge play for the Commission, and Michael Young really being right place, right time. This is a guy who had no interceptions during the regular season, no interceptions during the playoffs, and he comes up with one in the biggest game he's played so far, off the big tip by Peter Rose.
A big play by the Commission, and they've come up with timely plays on defense. And now Jonathan Williams looking to further this lead if they can get that lead. Waiting for the snap of the football. He will get it right now. Looking to his right, rolling to his right. Wait, he's going crossbody. Caught by Caspi again. And he's going across the field. And he might have lost a yard or two on that play, but a huge 8-yard gain.
Nice catch by him, but you really got to just try and keep going upfield. They're trying to gain yards. Against the defense of this caliber, you're not going to break 2 or 3 more tackles here. And Kozlowski makes a good play as he loses a couple of yards on that run back.
Second down coming up here. It seemed like it was a 45-yard pass, but really it was an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, exactly.
5 plays left in the first half here, and this is vital for the Commission to score now, because in the second half, the Triple M will get the football, and that could be a big difference in them potentially winning this football game or losing this football game to the Triple M.
The other important thing, as we all know, adjustments are key in any game in Flag Plus football, most importantly in the playoffs, and you got to wonder if Triple M might make some adjustments to buy Matt Bouchard some time against Brian Nguyen.
Jonathan Williams waiting for the snap of the football. He gets it rolling to his right. He pumps, rolling to his left. He is sacked by Eric Bouchard. 6-yard loss, and Jonathan Williams not happy with the officiating on that play.
You might have felt there was a little bit of a hold there. I'm not really sure. Maybe we'll see. Yeah, there was.
There
certainly was a bit of a short grab there. The refs, I guess, either didn't see it or ruled that it was incidental in the motion of grabbing for the flag. Either way, that is a sack and another big play by Eric Bouchard, who so far, I guess if this was soccer, we'd call him the man of the match.
Well, Brian Nguyen might get the man of the match or the man of the half.
From the Triple M side, then.
There you go, exactly. Right. Man of the half. How about that, Darren?
All right.
All right, coming up here, third down, a huge play for Jonathan Williams and the Commission offense have yet to get on track. They've scored only 6 points in the first half. However, Triple M have scored 7 points and are up by 1 single point. Williams waiting for the snap of the ball. He's looking to his left. He's going to go cross by Ballon with the catch, and he is deflagged for a minimal gain of 8 yards.
Yeah, Mark Bellome, like I said, one of the big 3 receivers for this team. 25 receptions. That's tied for the lead for the team in the regular season. About 200 yards, and he had 6 touchdowns as well, second on the team. So it's good for the Commission to see Jonathan Williams start spreading the ball around. It's kind of getting a little bit obvious that he always seems to be focusing on Caspi, so good to see him start spreading it.
Fourth down coming up here, and this could be a momentum shift in favor of Triple M if they can make a stop, or for the Commission if they can convert and prolong this drive by a few more plays. Jonathan Williams in a shotgun formation, waiting for the snap of the football. He will look, he surveys it, he gets it, rolling to his left, stops. He throws again crossbody to Bellome, and it is incomplete.
Knocked away by Jason Bouchard, who had that play read right off the bat. We've said it before, Williams loves to do these little things where he rolls to one way, throws the other way. But Jason Bouchard coming across from his side of the field, read it perfectly.
And this has been a struggle indeed on offense. And you wonder what the halftime talk will be between these teams. 2 plays left in the first half. And again, with that many plays, or that 2 plays you have left, pardon me, you wonder what they will do, if they will just take some knees or maybe go for the jugular and maybe go for the lead.
Well, knowing this team, I think they're probably going to go for the jugular. This is never a team to play things conservatively. They never have, and I think you're going to see probably a deep pass or maybe 2 if with these 2 plays left.
All right, the snap of the ball, Brossard rolling to his left. He has time now. He's going to run. He is going to elude some commission rushers, and he'll get the flag. 15-yard gain and a first down.
Well, maybe not a bad idea here. You do the run, and if it's effective and you gain some yards with everybody on the defense backing off, looking out for that deep pass, you get to midfield, put yourself in better position for a touchdown score right here on the last play of the half.
And you can see the frustrated look on Brossard's face on what has happened in the first half. Not very happy with his performance up till now. And this is the last play before the first half is completed. It's been a great defensive struggle, and offense has not been there.
But it's a great opportunity now for Triple M. If they are able to punch this one in now, they take a lead and they get the ball back. Like I said, they can adjust, maybe get something working on their offense in the second half as well.
All right, last play coming up here. Matt Brossard waiting for the snap. He gets a high snap, rolling to his right. He is going to throw it up in the air. It is incomplete, intended for Gordon Hogan.
Looks
Peter
like Gordon
Rose.
Hogan had a chance there. I don't think anybody from the commission got their hands on that ball.
And here's a replay.
We might see it on the replay there, but I think he had a chance, just kind of lost it in the lights.
And he did. Well, coming up next is the halftime report with Jim Clarethus. Stay tuned for that and the second half of the Div C finals between the Commission and Triple M.
And hopefully, maybe a special guest appearance.
Thanks, guys. It is now 7-6 MMM. It's been a very, very defensive game here. You have Brian Nguyen leading with 3 sacks, and on the other side, Eric Brossard with 2 sacks, being a very, very tight-knit game. We're hoping one of these teams is going to come up big with a game-winning pick 6, because that's definitely what it's going to come down to. Both teams are effectively shutting each other down on offense.
Welcome back to the second half. Thank you to Jim Clarethus with the halftime report. And a defensive struggle. First half, a lot of sacks, a lot of turnovers on punts, the whole 9 yards. Let's see what happens in the second half.
Well, I like I said, Flag Plus football or any sport, and especially football, is all about halftime adjustments. It's all about what you can do to change things up. We see Matt Brossard is still in at quarterback, which, like I said earlier, is a good thing to see. I'd like to see him finish what he started, and we'll see if they tried anything different here to buy him some time against Brian Nguyen.
Brossard waiting for the snap. He gets it. He is looking to his right. He is sacked one more time by Brian Nguyen.
Guess not. Nguyen with another big sack here. And it's funny because Matt Brossard is a very elusive quarterback. Usually uses mobility to his advantage, but he's having no success against the rushing of Brian Nguyen. I believe his 4th sack. This is a guy who, during the season, has really had sacks in bunches. He's been consistent for them. He had a game with 3 sacks, a game with 4, another one with 3, and even in the playoffs already had a game with 5 sacks. And right now I think he's just had his 4th sack. So really very impressive game for him coming up.
Guess who's in at quarterback? Sorry, Darren. Danny Gentile is back at the helm. And he's taking off. He's
got some swagger. He's ready.
He is ready to play quarterback now. We're waiting for the snap of the football. He gets it. He gets a fake reverse, rolling to his right. He's looking deep. He is going to go deep. Gordon Hogan, through the hands of Hogan, and a little bit of rough stuff at the end, incomplete.
Yeah, Gordon Hogan, again, he's really been their deep threat all game, with the exception of that one pass to Gentile, but they haven't been able to connect. They've been missing him by a couple yards here and there. And if they start connecting on those, then that's going to really change the type of game we're seeing. But so far, I think Daniele Gentile brought in he has a bigger arm, more experience in the higher divisions. This is a big shift for the mysterious and magical man, and you got to wonder how the commission will respond defensively.
3rd and 10 for the Triple M, and again for them right now, they have to figure out what is the best solution for them. Dan Gentile might be the answer to their offensive problems. You wonder if the commission will change quarterbacks if they have that opportunity. We'll find out on their first series of the second half. Gentile waiting for the football. He gets it, looking over the middle. He waits patiently. He throws a corner route through the fingertips of Victor Kozlowski. Incomplete.
Got to wonder if Gentile had any chance to get some reps in on the sideline at halftime, because he just seems to be missing by a little bit. These are passes that he really usually does complete. It's not that his receivers aren't open, it's just that he's overthrowing them. So we'll have to see if if that improves as the game goes on, or if he's just simply too rusty.
And guess what has happened?
A punt.
A punt. A punt has happened again, and is now 1st and 10 for the commission on their first series of the second half. And points are at a premium, as I have been repetitive with this all throughout the game. Brent Botkin, Jonathan Williams, Peter Rose, Caspi, all these guys have to start catching the football. They've had their opportunities. They can't convert yet, but we'll see on this ensuing drive right now. In pistol formation for Jonathan Williams, waiting for the snap of the football. He looks to his left. He waits. He's calling the cadence. He gets the football, looking over to his right. He is going to go over the middle, caught by Brent Botkin for a first down and more.
Yeah, this is what I would like to see a bit more, and I was just about to say before, is Jonathan Williams staying in the pocket. Instead of those little rollouts, let him change his game a little bit. He's kind of struggling with the rushing of Eric Bishara. Let him just stay there, make his read. He is a talented quarterback. He's not just a runner. This guy can throw the ball and make good reads. I'd like to see him doing more of that, and so far, first play of his second half, he connects with Brent Botkin deep down the middle.
I guess there won't be any quarterback change on that, but here we go. 1st and 10 now for the commission. Their first down of the second half. Looking to drive and maybe score some points to go up in this football game here. Williams in a pistol formation. Look once more. Gets the snap, looking over the middle. He waits. He pumps. He's going over the middle. Caspi through the hands of Caspi. Incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
It's a good play. Good coverage, I believe, by Gordon Hogan on the play. Draped over Caspi. Caspi got his hands on it, but it was just a little bit out of his reach. Would have been a very impressive catch, though.
It would have been indeed. Caspi has the hot hand, if you want to use that expression, especially on a team that has only scored 6 points so far in the first half.
Caspi, we've been mentioning his name all day long. We saw Williams kind of go to Botkin over the middle. We've seen him go to Peter Rose. I'd like to see if maybe he can get Belhomme and Russell, 2 of his main targets during the regular season, a bit more involved.
2nd down again in a pistol formation. Look, Williams looking to his right. He is going to go to his right again. Belhomme cannot catch that football. And once again, incomplete. 3rd down coming up here for the commission.
Very unorthodox play, kind of a corkscrew. He was going to roll to the left, then he saw Belhomme open on the right side, turned around, spun, threw it midair. Anyways, that play kind of had disaster written all over.
Very indecisive so far for Jonathan Williams in this first and now early in the second half.
Looking like a little bit of a happy feet there. He's kind of just hopping in that pocket, but I do like that he's staying in the pocket a little bit rather than rolling every single time. It gets a little bit predictable, and Eric Bishara has been sniffing it out, so let him try playing quarterback from the pocket, see what happens.
All right, 3rd down coming up here in a formation. Once again, pistol looking right now. Williams looking to his right. He waits. He is going to elude the pass rush. He's going to take off right now. He's going to get at least more yards out of that, 17 to be exact. 1st down for the commission.
When you stay in that pocket and decide to commit to making passes from the pocket, it opens up the run so much more now. You saw Bishara kind of changed his rushing style. He was coming head on instead of kind of trying to angle him, and that's why Williams was able to get that quick juke, make him miss, and then run down the field for a big gain for the commission. Nice play.
1st down come up here for the commission, and they're driving now, and this is a great start to the second half, unlike the first half where they couldn't get anything going for them right now. Jonathan Williams using his arm and his legs very well to further this drive right now as they look to hopefully score some more points and potentially take the lead in this football game, the Div C finals between the commission and Triple M. Right now, Williams looks, he gets a snap, looking to the middle, he throws it quick, and that ball is
I don't know what happened there.
It slipped out of his hands.
Yeah, I guess maybe inclement weather. We were talking about a special teams battle earlier.
It is warm inside the field, though, so the ball does get sweaty, and it does get very slick out there, though.
And that might be what happened. I don't know. He saw an opening, but it just fell out. You got to wonder if the refs might even be considering an intentional grounding call here.
And Jonathan Williams is not too happy right now. He is very frustrated with what's going on right now, and he's walking away from the referees, but you have to admit, though, it could be that. But again, the ball is very slick in that type of condition that we are in.
Yeah, well, it is a very humid night. The spring season is always like that in Flag Plus football. Humid night in Brossard, and I guess maybe it just slipped out his hands. He's got to be frustrated with wasting a play like that. Although, I mean, now it is 2nd down. Still got another 3 downs to try and punch it in and make something happen.
Again, for the commission's sake right now, they have to keep their calm and their cool and not let anything deter them right now. Jonathan Williams back in the pistol formation, waiting for the snap of the football from Belhomme. He will get it. He's looking over to his left. He throws an out pass caught by Brent Botkin. Touchdown. It is now 12-7 Commission.
Bad news Botkin signaling the touchdown with confidence. Brent Bad News Botkin, or Brent the Body Botkin, or Brent former Montreal's finest team member Botkin, coming up with a big play with a touchdown there, and gets a little leap chest bump.
Vertical leap from Brent Botkin, who could probably play for the New York Knicks on that play right now.
Still a good play for him. He was big on this drive. He had the big catch to start it off down the middle, and now he finishes what started there with a touchdown, a 2-yard or 1 or 2 yard touchdown grab in the red zone. Nice play by the offense of the Commission, having seized the momentum as they stopped the Triple M offense when Daniele Gentili came in. Now they score. We'll see if Triple M can respond.
All right, Jonathan Williams looking at the field again, looking over the middle. He waits. He has Peter Rose open for an easy convert. 13-7 Commission.
Nobody within 10 yards of Peter Rose in the back of the end zone. In fact, there were more Commission players close to him than there were Triple M players.
It was a tea party in the back of the end zone, that's for sure. And you wonder, though, how Dan Gentili will reply on the ensuing drive.
Well, I think we saw a little bit what he's going for. They're really trying to stretch the field a little bit more, and try and connect with deeper passes. So it not just doing that, but with going deeper, it opens up the underneath for Eric Bechara as well. So I think that's what they're going to try and do, is mix in some kind of more different types of plays rather than what they were getting from Matt Bechara.
And of course, Dan Gentili coming in halfway through the opening series of the second half for Bechara, looking to maybe be a spark plug. Here we go. Option read again. Gentili play action, rolling to his right. He is going to go deep. He has Eric Bechara open, touchdown. It is now 13-13 Triple M and Commission.
Big play. They didn't even have to go underneath with Eric Bechara. They used him deep there. He gets the jump on Jonathan Williams, and you see even Rick Cherry signaling touchdown there. Clearly, great play to catch it right at the back of the end zone. Nice play to start off and seize momentum back after that long, kind of soul-crushing drive by the Commission. Big play here with Daniele Gentili at quarterback, and I guess we might see him close out this game.
You never know now, and given how this team has played so far, but looks like Matt Bechara is back at quarterback, and
shows what I know.
And maybe they're going with the option dual quarterback here, where one guy comes in for this and the other guy goes in for that. And he waits for the snap of the football. He gets it rolling to his right. Shovel pass incomplete to Eric Bechara. It is 13-13, and you wonder what the Commission will do to reply back to a huge touchdown pass by Triple M.
I don't think they have to change anything, Mo. I think they just got to keep going with what they did on that last drive. Take it slow, easy, move down that field, mix in some run and pass. Don't get too fancy. Just keep trusting your talent. They got to the finals playing this way. They don't need to, reinvent the wheel. This is something that they can do, and they just need to be smart about it.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Commission right now. Jonathan Williams having a better start to the second half on that opening drive for them. Waiting for the snap of the football. He looks to his left. He goes to his right. He throws it deflected by Kevin Bechara, the other Bechara of the trio, with a huge play.
The trio. I believe there's even 4 Becharas. There's Matthew, Eric, Jason, and Kevin. So
I thought you were the 4th. Darren Bechara.
I guess maybe I'm the 5th.
Maybe the 5th. Who knows?
But that being said, he's been playing a pretty solid role for them on defense, especially this season. And he's got that corner spot, and he had a nice break on that ball, knocking it away. He saw what was coming.
You see Coach Joe Bird's on the sideline.
Yes, actually, it took us a while to mention him for the first time. He is stomping and pacing up and down that sideline.
Yes, he is.
See what he dials up.
Williams rolling to his left. He's going crossbody again to Alex Russell, his first play of the game. Huge deflagging, 4 yards. It seems like Jonathan Williams is throwing these 45-yard passes, but they're really minimal passes over here.
Yeah, but Alex Russell, what a physical receiver. You see him. He was not to be denied. He was going to run through whoever was in front of him. He plays on the edge a lot. Talked a big game at the press conference as well, but he kind of gives that emotional boost for this team, gives them a bit of that swagger, which is definitely something I don't think we'd say the Commission is lacking.
All right, 3rd down coming up here for the Commission, and they have not been able to get on track on this second series of their offensive drive right now, unlike the first series of the second half. And then Jonathan Williams, a guy who they rely upon to be in the arm and legs for this football team, waiting for the snap of the football. He gets looking to, he's going to run it now, and he is going to get nothing out of that play. Eric Bechara, once again, getting a huge tackle on that.
Wow, this is just a tackle that not too many guys can make. When you're the rusher and already he gets the turn on you and he's got that corner, I think he got maybe a half yard, a little bit of a gain, enough to call it a run and not a sack, which means he can't run on the next play, which is huge for the Triple M defense. But what an effort by Eric Bishara coming back.
And here's a funny situation. They actually have punted the ball, given where they are, and oh, look, here comes the commissioner, Campana, and Alex Porras with the trophy presentation.
The Royal Canadian Mounted Police bringing in the trophy, I
Real
guess.
security we have here at FPF.
Yeah, so that's an interesting shot. They like to prepare those little decals that have the champion written on it, and you got to wonder, they haven't put one yet. This game is still very much in doubt.
All right, Triple M with the ball back. Dan Gentili back at quarterback using that dual threat option that they have. Waiting for the snap of the football. He will get it. He gets it. Rolling to his left now. He is going to go over to his left. Great catch by Matt Bishara, and he's going to score touchdown, 35-yard gain, and a huge play, 19-13.
Not even running, walking into the end zone is Matthew Bishara, who makes the catch. Jonathan Williams just a little bit late on the read, and Bishara walks in untouched.
An incredible read, of course, by Gentili to get to Bishara, and as he pointed out, Jonathan Williams one step too late on that play, and a huge touchdown. And you wonder now, could that be the kill shot that Triple M was looking for?
Well, now this is just a big turn of events for Triple M, because Bishara in his own right is a very good player, athletic player, and as a receiver, he gives an extra option for Daniele Gentili.
Gentili waiting for the snap of the football. He gets it, looking over the middle right now. He goes to that, and incomplete, intended for Gordon Hogan on the right side of the field. Couldn't catch it.
Peter Rose, former young gun on the defense there, he had a better chance at the ball than Gordon Hogan.
That point might become very detrimental to whoever it is, because a 6-point lead, if the commission score and get that and get their extra point, they could be up by 1 down the road. So we'll see how this plays out in due time.
It's been an interesting second half so far. Really, maybe almost a mirror image of the first one. First one, a lot of punts. So far here, we saw Triple M score 2 big plays on their first play of the 2 consecutive drives, deep touchdowns first to Eric Bishara, then to Matthew Bishara, and now we'll see how the commission respond to those big plays.
First and 10 now for the commission, waiting for the football. Jonathan Williams is going to wait. He's going to run now, and he's going to get a few yards. Matt Bishara once again with a huge play, 3 yards on the gain.
A little bit of an interesting tactic there with Mark Ballon basically just standing his ground, which he is allowed to do, and Williams just using him as a blocker and using him as a set a pick for Eric Bishara, a legal way to set a pick in this league. But Matt Bishara comes up with a big tackle, and if he didn't get that, I think Williams was going far, far down that sideline.
Again, the commission have to rely on Jonathan Williams to be the arm and legs for this football team. He has to force the Triple M to play to his style of game right now. Second down coming up here for the commission, looking to hopefully tie this football game up and potentially go up by 1, if not 2. Williams going to Ballon again, incomplete, and a miscommunication between Ballon and Jonathan Williams.
And also an excellent read by Victor Kozlowski, patrolling the middle of the field, the short middle, and he makes a great read on that, gets that arm in there, makes a diving play, diving stab, and there's one thing you have to say, this short defense and the defense in general for Triple M, they've got solid tacklers, guys who make great reads, who can kind of predict the plays, very intelligent players, short, and then deep they've got big play guys, and they have an excellent rusher too, so it's really been an uphill battle for Jonathan Williams.
Third down coming up here for Jonathan Williams. He gets the ball, he waits patiently, he is going to elude the rush, he's going to run now, and his flag is off, and no one's touched him yet, and he is touched. Is that a touchdown?
Or is he in?
And there is a bit of controversy right now about where he is touched, and if he was down earlier from the markings from initially.
There's a lot of controversy on that play. I think his flag came off while he was running, so that means he's still eligible. The refs, I don't believe, decided that Eric Bishara's movement is what made that flag come off, and so he's still eligible, running all the way down the field. Now the question is, did he make it into the end zone or not?
No, he didn't. And a smart play by Jonathan to keep his legs going, because you never know. Yeah. You never know, and that is a huge play right now for the commission.
And we saw something similar in the Division I championship game with the old school.
That's right.
When everyone thought that one guy was tackled and he wasn't, nobody touched him. They stood around and watched him, and he just walked into the end zone and decided the game, giving the championship for the Division I champion Old School. At least this time, there were a few players of Triple M who kept their wits about them and managed to touch him right before he got into the end zone.
First and goal now for the commission, deep inside the lip of the goal line of the Triple M right now, hoping to punch this in to tie this football game up. Brent Balkin shifting over to the right side for a trips formation look. Jonathan Williams telling Caspi to come more in right now. He gets the football. He waits. He's going to the corner. Incomplete. Intended for Bellum, who is frustrated with himself on that play.
Well, Bellum was open, and just the ball did not get to him there. A little bit of, I don't know if it's miscommunication, a little bit of inaccuracy. Maybe the ball slipped again. I'm not entirely sure. But that is a play that could have worked for them. It just didn't in this case.
All right, coming up now, second and goal for the commission. And you can see they're a bit frustrated right now with their offense not intact, not in swing right now. So we'll see how this plays out in due time for the commission on whether or not they can score more points and tie this football game up and potentially go up by 1, if not 2 points, depending on the convert.
That being said, they are moving the ball well. They just absolutely have to punch it in here. No room for error.
None whatsoever. Jonathan Williams looking at the defense one more time, surveying the field, and he'll have a bunch formation, a trips right. Brent Balkin coming in to the right side, and this will be very unique right now. Williams looking to his right. He throws incomplete, intended for Alex Russell through his hands. Third down.
Third down, and now it starts getting a little bit tense. They need a touchdown here. Right now they are trailing the Mysterious and Magical Men by 6 points. A touchdown here would give them an opportunity to go ahead and take the lead, but it doesn't matter because they do have 2 plays left. They absolutely need to punch it in here. Otherwise, the momentum goes squarely towards the Mysterious and Magical Men, who could put the game away with Daniele Gentili and how well he's been playing at offense in those first 2 drives.
Points are at a premium right now, and you cannot go about when you're this close to the end zone to not score points right now. Trips left to Jonathan Williams' side as they're really trying to bunch up the formation right now. Triple M making some adjustments on their defensive alignment, waiting for the snap of the football. He looks to his middle. He is going over the head of, it looked like it was Caspi, it looks like it was, Darren?
Yeah, it looked like it was either Caspi, maybe, I'm not sure who there was 2 people in that vicinity, but the ball was overthrown. And we often see, it was Peter Rose, the other one, excuse me. We often see rushing quarterbacks, scramblers, struggle a bit more when they get this close to the end zone, when that running ability is taken away from them. And we've seen them kind of trying to adjust for that by putting trips on one side, trips on the other to kind of open up a little bit more room. But I really think that for them to do this, he's going to have to roll to one side and kind of hope someone gets open in the back of the end zone. Not working from the pocket for him in the red zone.
Fourth down coming up here. Big play for the commission right now. Williams looking over the middle right now. He waits. He's buying more time. It is out of bounds, intended for Caspi. Fourth down, turnover on downs. A huge play on that.
Well, Triple M, ever since that second drive, Daniele Gentili's second drive in this second half, have completely seized momentum. And right now, they're getting the ball back. They are up 6 points. Just a question of for them to roll out the game, grind down the clock, not make any mistakes, and I think that they've got what it takes to do it.
All right, Gentili gained the football deep in his end zone. It is caught by Matt Bashara. Looks like yes, it is.
Minimal gain.
3 yards to be exact. Second down. They just want to kill clock and move that football down the field.
Yeah, you see Matt Bashara, I guess, getting both feet in before he took that little step out of bounds. But this is what they got to do. Just make safe, smart plays. You obviously don't want to play too conservative. That's not their game. That's not what got them to this point. But they do have to be a little bit intelligent, at least a bit more intelligent than we saw with the average Joes in the Div D final.
Second down coming up right now for the Triple M right now. They want to make this a bigger scoreline for themselves. Gentili looking to his left. He's going to go deep. It is a wobbler, incomplete to Eric Bashara as he couldn't corral that football in.
Yeah, nice attempt there, I guess, but it almost looked like that play had no chance. I'm not sure who was closer, whether it was Eric Bashara or the defender in coverage. But either way, like I said, now it's third down. You cannot afford an interception here. I say maybe you chuck it deep and hope for the best, but beyond that, you can't risk an INT this close to your own end zone.
You wonder what Joe Birds has dialed up for his offense. You know, he is there live in person. So
he's the mastermind on both sides of the ball, and maybe he's engineered this turnaround in the second half.
Third down coming up here for the Triple M right now, looking to kill off this game and move on forward to hoist the Div C title in due time here. Gentili calling out the signals, waiting for the snap of the football. He will get it. He has it. looking over to his right side, over the middle. It is caught by Gordon Hogan. A great catch. That will be a big gain, first down and more, and a huge play.
I kind of thought that Jonathan Williams was going to make a break and pick that ball off and make them pay. We see Gordon Hogan adjust excellently to the ball in the air, kind of catches it behind him and then gains some yards after. Words cannot express how big that play was for the mysterious and magical men.
17 yards on the play by the Triple M right now. That's right. And again, for them, they want to prolong this, keep the clock going, eat some plays up, limit any opportunities the commission could potentially have to maybe tie it, if not score. But nonetheless, though, if they score this touchdown, a 2-score lead this late with how both teams are playing, very critical right now. And first down coming up here, Gentile licking over the middle. He pumps, going to the sidelines on the left side. Caught by Matt. Incomplete. Incomplete. Dropped by Matt Bashara. Uncharacteristic of him.
Yeah, a little kind of similar to that first play they ran. And Matt Bashara just a little bit too close to the sideline. Kind of had too much to focus on with keeping his feet in and then trying to make that catch. Did not work for them. But again, it's all about time right now and just slowly moving that ball. Obviously, they bought themselves some breathing room with that huge Gordon Hogan catch earlier in this drive. Now they're just going to keep trying to push it and push it and push it.
And here we go. This is a big play coming up here. Second down for the Triple M. Looking to potentially win this Div C title right now. Dan Gentile coming in the second half for Matt Bashara at quarterback. Waiting for the snap of the football. He gets it. He's looking. He is going to pump. He is going to be sacked. A huge play by Brian Nguyen. His 5th sack, I think it is, of the game.
5th sack of the game. Second time this season he's done that. Nguyen, we kind of stopped hearing about him because Gentile doesn't scramble much. He just sits there in the pocket, makes a quick read, and that's the advantage in putting him in at quarterback that they got over Matt Bashara. Quicker reads for him. And we see Brian Nguyen with his 5th sack and couldn't come at a more crucial time as there are 5 plays left in the game.
And this is where the commission, A, can ill afford to give up a first down, and B, have to create a play for them to get that football back, if that is the case to be, as they look to hopefully tie this football game up and go into an overtime if they go for the extra point and convert.
Well, the commission have been very boastful all season, and especially leading up into this game about their defense, about the caliber of their defense. Obviously, they pitched that shutout in the conference finals against the Rude Boys, and that's obviously a big-time rarity in this league. Very rare in such an offensively driven league to have a team score 0 points. This is the time for their defense, led by Alex Russell here, who's calling the plays, led by Jonathan Williams, who's obviously the most athletically gifted player on this team. So we'll see. This is it. They've got to come up big.
Third down coming up here for the Triple M right now. Waiting for the snap of the football is Dan Gentile. He gets it, looking over to the right side. He throws it. A post route, incomplete, intended for Gordon Hogan. Not connecting.
And what a huge play for the commission, because that was 3rd and 20. You've got to imagine that Triple M are going to punt.
And it looks like, yes, they are. With 4 plays left, they will punt. That means there's 3 plays left for the commission to potentially tie this game or score the touchdown and go for the tie, or if not, the win. And this scenario, this is where the commission brought in Jonathan Williams, was to win this type of football game.
Well, the commission, they boasted about their defense all season long, and they proved it. They held firm on the biggest play of their season, and now it's time for the offense to show its stripes. We'll see if they're going to be able to be clutch down the stretch here. 3 plays left, as Mo Khan mentioned. We'll see if Jonathan Williams can lead his team to victory.
All right, here we go. Base formation for Jonathan Williams and his offense. The commission that is looking to potentially tie this game up. Williams looking. He waits. He's going to go to Ballon, who has a lot of real estate. He will get some yards on that play. And will that be enough for a first down? We'll find out.
Looks like it might just be short, but even then, with this little time left, it's all just about cutting down that yardage and getting closer and closer. Cannot afford an incomplete here. You just want to gain positive yardage.
And Joe Burr's telling his team to just relax out there. Don't do too much that you can't do. Second down coming up here for the commission as they look to hopefully score a touchdown right now. Jonathan Williams calling the play in the huddle. Has Peter Rose out there, Alex Russell out there. It looks like Desmond Dorsney's out there as well. To help out on the athleticism side.
And of course, Hakeem Caspi
as well. And
HKF, as Mokan dubbed him.
Second down coming up here for the commission.
2 plays left. Here we go.
Jonathan Williams waiting for the ball, rolling to his right. He waits patiently. He's got Alex Russell open for the first down. And a shoulder shot to the face. Let's see that replay again.
Oh, man. Do we say it, Mokan? I think Matt Bishara got jacked up on that play.
He got nailed, and accidental, of course. Nothing malicious on that.
Things get heated. Bishara comes up with a smile because he knows this is the last play of the game. They have to punch it in here.
Last play of the game, and this is where they have to hope to score right now to, A, keep this game alive, and B, go for the extra point to tie it, or maybe the win. We'll have to see what they call is first and foremost on the last play of the game. Right now, a great finish to this football game in which it was a defensive struggle and has now become a better flow in the second half. And again, a bit of a confusion right now for the commission on what they will do.
Well, I guess somebody called timeout now. They're trying to figure it out. Why not? If you've got the timeouts left, it's the last play of your season, potentially. You've got to be sure what you're going to run here.
Absolutely.
They're going to try and dial up the best possible offense. And I guess Joe Birds is on the sidelines trying to dial up the best possible defense. You got to wonder if he's got something special in his bag of tricks ready for this type of occasion as the commission are looking to tie this game up with a touchdown and an extra point.
Joe Bird's making a rare appearance out there today for the Triple M. And again, for them right now, you look at what they have to go through. They will go with a trips look right now that has been on and off so far in terms of the success rate for the commission right now. A little bit far away from the end zone. Jonathan Williams waiting for the snap of the football. He'll get it. There is a double blitz coming right now. Can he elude it? He will not elude the double blitz. It is over. The Triple M have won the Div C title.
Wow, Jason Bishara coming up big. When you dial up a double rush on that last play, it shows you've got confidence that these two guys are going to come in and get that sack. And despite the fact that Williams almost seemed to have a step on Jason Bishara as he was coming in with Eric Bishara, Jason Bishara, too many Bisharas to mention, he makes the big sack, wins the championship for Triple M as we see Joe Birds come in here for the celebration hug.
Congratulations to Triple M on winning the Div C title. Coming up next is the post-game show recapping this final.
I'm here with newly christened Div C champions MMM and playoff MVP Eric Bishara, and we have Jason Bishara here as well. How are you guys?
Very good.
How are you feeling? So it was a really close game. It was 7-6 at the half. What was discussed in that halftime huddle?
Just trying to contain the quarterback and just trying to keep her composure. They had a very good D, as we knew, so just trying to find holes, but they were tough.
There was a point in time during the season where Daniele Gentili was 0 for 3 with 3 interceptions. He obviously was a key player in this game. Whose idea was it to bring him in? Was it a halftime decision or was it thought of from the beginning?
It was from the team, I think. We had to find a way to eliminate the rusher if you want, so we tried the reverse. And, I mean, Gentili was making some great throws out there. So.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
So with this victory and with the injury of John Young, do you anticipate having Daniele Gentili as the Dirty Birds quarterback?
We don't want to say for sure, but we need a quarterback, and we're definitely trying to pry him away from the D boys. So let's see if he accepts our contract.
So we saw an especially powerful game from, of course, Jason Bishara. We had Kevin, of course, two players who weren't really big names during the regular season who really chipped in during the playoffs. Coming into this game, Jason, did you think that this would be as big a game for you as it was?
I felt pretty confident coming in. I felt like I had a lot of swag going on, and we had a good warm up, and I just made the plays when I had to.
I called that, by the way.
Perfect. Also, for everyone who were the naysayers and the disbelievers, we have Joe Birds here with us. Joe, do you have anything else to say to those watching tonight at home?
The trophy speaks for itself.
Powerful words. Thanks a lot, gentlemen.
Welcome back to the Div C post-game show with GM Claretis and yours truly, Mo Khan, and we once again had an exciting finish to the finals, coming down to the last play in which the Triple M had the right call. But before we get to that, though, let's go through the game from start to finish. GM, your thoughts on how this game played out?
It was a tale of two halves. The tale of the first half being a very aggressive defensive game in which both rushers were coming up big. Brian Nguyen was all over Matthew Bishara. He had 3 sacks on him. The opposite on the other side, Eric Bishara was all over Jonathan Williams, had 2 sacks there. It was very close at the half. It was 7-6, which forced a lot of teams to go back to the drawing board, and that's exactly what happened. The switch was made at the second half. Daniele Gentili was put into the quarterback position and flourished there. He found the right reads at the right times. Many answered touchdowns, and they came out ahead.
Was there a lot of lost opportunities? For example, the opening drive for the commission, Jonathan Williams made a great move on Bishara to get more yards, but he got stalled and had to punt the ball away. And we saw a lot of punts in this first half, 5 punts to be exact. but was there a lot of missed opportunities from the commission side to score, but couldn't do so?
Absolutely. There were a lot of dropped balls we saw as well. A few reads, there were a few penalties called at the same time that hurt the commission's chances, but they were not anticipating what the MMM team were going to throw at them, especially with Joe Birds being on site with them. So I think that having prepared for this MMM game, they were thrown for a loop. The hitch pass was used once and then disregarded completely, and the commission were really hurt on the defensive side of the ball because what they had planned was not what came up, whereas the offense were doing their job at the same time.
All right, in the second half, of course, you mentioned Danny Gentili, who's had a vast amount of experience playing in FPF, and he comes on, and we sort of see that they go a little bit more deep, that they're trying to spread the football around. Looking at this move, was this a smart decision, which of course it was, but at the time of the game where it was at halftime, was this a great move on Triple M's part?
I think that yes, it was a great move on Triple M's part to switch, because the best way to negate a very, very prolific rusher is to put in a pocket passer who doesn't have to worry. He just sits there and he throws the ball. He doesn't worry about the rusher getting to him because he's not going to move. I think that this was great. If you look at this, say in week 4 or week 5, back when Daniele Gentili was 0 for 3 with 3 interceptions, if you told MMM that Daniele Gentili would be the key to winning them this championship, I don't think that this would have been believed. But at halftime, yes, this was the right call to make.
All right, fast forward to the last play, and a great call to send in a double blitz on Jonathan Williams, because we saw all game long he had huge chunks of yards via the rush. In fact, prior to that, he had a huge gain, bringing the ball all the way down inside the red zone, pardon me. But looking at that call right now, would you have made an adjustment prior to the snap saying, listen guys, if there's a double rush, come, let's see where it is and just turn around and I'll throw that ball right away? Because it seemed to me he held onto the ball a little bit too long and couldn't get the call he wanted.
I actually don't know what I would have done in that situation, for the simple reason that it looked almost like Jonathan Williams was going to beat both rushers, and just what happened is that Bishara had that little extra inch when he reached out with his arm and managed to deflect Jonathan Williams. I think that anticipating a double rush would have been perfect because it gives you that extra receiver on the field that you can throw to when the defenders are one man short. So I think that even knowing that the double rush was coming, I wouldn't have changed a thing.
All right, then now let's look at the aftermath, and let's go with the commission first. And as we pointed out in our pregame show, this is a team that when they first came in as a unit didn't have much success. Very lean years. They got trounced on by a lot of opposition, but then they learned to grow. They got better season by season. What do you foresee this team's future for winter? Is it D4 or maybe a jump up to D3?
I think that because of the fact that they just missed the playoffs in Division 4, I think it's going to be a repeat performance for them. The only thing that calls into question is, of the 2 players, who's going to come down with them, because they can't have both Hakeem Casby and Michael Young, who are both playing Division 2. They can have one of them. But that being said, I think they're in a prime position right now to go for that Division 4 title.
All right, Triple M's sake, we all know that they're the Dirty Birds in winter. And we all know that John Young will be out for a long period of time because of the lower body injury he suffered in last season's playoffs. But what do you foresee this team's future in terms of the direction? Does Dan Gentili come back with them? Do they stay where they are, or do they drop down a division? What do they do?
Having spoken to the Bisharas after the game, I mentioned this very question of whether or not Daniele Gentili would be the fill-in quarterback for the Dirty Birds. This is something that is not yet set in stone. They're still considering their options, so no decision is going to be made until the winter season, so they have their options open at this point. But I think that absolutely Daniele Gentili is a great candidate for them to have, especially in Division 3.
All right, then. Your overall grade of Division C, how did it come out in terms of what you saw the entire year? Was it A, B, C, or D, or F even?
I think that the post playoffs, which is the regular season, I would give it a B, because you saw that there was a bit of disparity between the 2 divisions, and the teams that were winning continued to be predicted to win. I think, however, in the playoffs, I would give it an A-, because it was a fantastic playoff. There were a lot of really, really great nail biters, especially this final, which I would give an A+ finally to round it out, because both teams were at the lead at different points in the game. You had the commission up 13-7 at one point, and then the roles were reversed. So I think that all in all, Division C was an absolute success, and I would give it an A.
All right, then. Before we sign off, we want to thank everyone involved in the FPF, Weppels. We thank you, GM, for your hard work and dedication. You were phenomenal all throughout this season and filling in prior to that. Thank you to our cameramen Mike Palazzo, first and foremost, the important person on this production. Then Edward Tarabay, who did a great job throughout the regular season and of course, the playoffs up to this point. But I thank the visionary, as Darren Bastian would always say, Robert Kapanen, for giving us the opportunity to do this. So we thank him. And everyone involved, referees, staff members, all the players that partook, and Div C in particular this past season. And without further ado, the magic words, please.
From all of us at the Weekly Extra Point Live for this spring season Division C.
We'll see you in winter 2012, January 8th and 9th for the winter season. Congratulations to the Triple M on winning the DC title. We'll see you next time.
Watch me not stop, though.